Numbers. Why numbers? Numbers play a very important role in our daily life. Trust me students, without numbers, there is no single day in our life. For example, if we have to calculate something, we use numbers. If you have to tell your height or weight, we use numbers. If you have to buy something and you have to pay for it, again we use numbers. So numbers are everywhere. From small instance to a big instance, we definitely use numbers everywhere mostly, right? So today we are going to learn about these numbers today. So let us start the class now. So today in our class we are going to discuss about the types of numbers and their definitions. So what are the types of numbers we have? We have natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, rational numbers, irrational numbers, real numbers, even numbers and odd numbers, right? So let us start knowing about each one of them one by one. Firstly, what are these natural numbers? Okay, for example, if you have to count something, how do you count it? You start from 1, 2, 3 and so on, right? The counting numbers, the basic counting numbers are nothing but called as natural numbers, and natural numbers are denoted by capital N. So what are natural numbers? Look here in the number line. So the numbers starting from 1, 2, 3 and so on till infinity, right? So natural numbers are set of numbers starting from 1, 2, 3 and so on. Okay? Next one. Next, whole numbers. Okay, so we said we came to know the counting numbers from 1, 2, 3 are called natural numbers. So how do you represent a number which didn't exist at all? So how can you do it? Then came 0 into the picture, right? So if you have to represent something which never existed, then how do you do it? Using 0. So the numbers starting from 0 are called whole numbers. So what are whole numbers? The numbers starting from 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Okay? And they are denoted by capital W. So whole numbers are set of numbers starting from 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on till infinity. And remember one thing children, all natural numbers can be called as whole numbers, but all whole numbers are not natural numbers, okay? Because 0 is not a natural number, okay? Next, integers. What are these integers? Integers, nothing but the positive numbers, the negative numbers and 0 together called as integers. So what are integers? Integers are natural numbers, 0 and negative numbers. So if you clearly observe here, the integers which are towards the right side, okay, of 0, as you proceed to the right side, the value increases, and the numbers which are towards the left side, here towards the left side, as you go on to the left of 0, the value decreases. Then what is 0 here? 0 is neither positive nor a negative number, okay? So integers are denoted by capital C, okay? So what are rational numbers? Rational numbers are nothing but the numbers which can be written in the form of P by Q. So simply I can tell it is nothing but a fraction form. In simple, to make you understand, I can tell that it is a fraction form, right? So what is this P and what is this Q now? P and Q are integers. Okay, P and Q are integers. They can take positive integer or a negative integer. But remember one thing, Q must not be equal to 0. Your Q value should not be equal to 0. Or if it is 0, it is not a rational number anymore. I'll tell you why. For example, there are 4 apples with you and you have to divide it with a 0. It is absurd, right? So, it is impossible. So, the Q in a rational number must not be equal to 0. See here, the rational numbers. So, there are positive and there are negative numbers also, right? So, they are in the form of P by Q form. Okay? What are irrational numbers? Irrational numbers are the non-terminating and no recurring decimal. What is this? Non-terminating, non-recurring. New words, right? Don't worry, I'll tell you what are they. For example, divide 10 by 3. So, what will be your answer? 3, 3s are 9, 1. So, I have to put a decimal now. 0, 3s are 9, 1, again 0, 3s are 9. It is going on, it is not ending. So, such numbers have no end. So, if you start doing it, you get 3.333 and so on, right? Such numbers are called as non-terminating numbers. It means when you divide them, when you divide a rational number or something which is in the form of P by Q, then your quotient never ends. Such numbers are called non-terminating decimals. What are no recurring then? I'll tell you an example. See, for example, if you take the value of 22 by 7 and you start dividing it, okay? So, it is something like you can see 3.1428 and so on. So, it is also not ending, right? Yes, the first one is also not ending. This is also not ending. Then what is the difference? I'll tell you. Here, it is following a similar pattern, right? Only 3 is going to repeat. If there is something which is following a pattern, like for example 0.12, 12, 12 and so on, such numbers are called recurring numbers. But here, when you divide 22 by 7, so the answer whatever you get, it is not following any pattern and it is not going to end anywhere. So, such numbers which do not follow any pattern are called no recurring numbers. What is it called? No recurring or non-recurring decimals. Okay? So, I hope now you understood what do you mean by non-terminating and non-recurring decimals, right? Such numbers are called irrational numbers. The non-terminating and non-recurring decimals are called irrational numbers. Next one. Okay? Real numbers. So, what are these real numbers? We say collection of rational numbers, irrational numbers together called as real numbers. And rational numbers again are natural numbers, whole numbers and integers. Confusing, right? Don't worry. I'll tell you very simple. If any number can be plotted on number line, then that number is called as real number. Okay? For example, suppose it is a number line. Can you plot this counting numbers, nothing but natural numbers? Yes, natural numbers can be plotted on number line. Whole numbers? Yes, they also can be plotted, right? Integers? Yes, we have just seen it. Rational numbers? Yes, they can be plotted. For example, 0 and here 1. So, if I take 0 by 7, yes, it will be something around or something between this 0 and 1. So, it can be plotted. What about irrational numbers? Yes, irrational numbers are non-terminating and non-recurring. They will be in the form of 0.4, 1, 4, 2, so on. But definitely they can be also plotted on the number line. So they are also called as real numbers. So what are real numbers? Any number that can be plotted on the number line. So all these are real numbers only. Okay? Next, what are even numbers? So simply number which is divisible by 2 are called even numbers. Any number which is divisible by 2. So when a number is divided by 2 and the remainder is 0, then it is divisible by 2. How to identify it? Very simply. So if the last digit of a number, is 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, then that number is even number because those numbers are divisible by 2. For example, 1, 2, 8, 4. So I said, if a number, last digit of the number ends with 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. So yes, it is ending with 4. So this is divisible by 2, right? Another example, 2, 8, 7, 6. Yes, because the last digit is 6. So it is also even number because it is divisible by 2. Odd numbers. What are odd numbers then? Just opposite to even numbers. The numbers which are not divisible by 2 are called odd numbers. So when you divide any number, your remainder, there will be a remainder. Remainder is not equal to 0. Okay, such numbers are called odd numbers. And how to identify them? Yes, very simple. They end with 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. So for example, 157. So the last digit is 7. Yes, it is an odd number. One more example, 2, 6, 7, 8, 1. Yes, the last digit is 1. It is an odd number. So, understood what are even numbers and what are odd numbers, right? So, I hope now you all came to know about these types of numbers, right? Make sure to learn all of them. Okay, children, you all are preparing for competitive examinations, right? It might be Sainik School, RMS Rashtriya Military School, RIMC Rashtriya Indian Military College, or any other competitive examination. So, whatever exam you write, remember one thing, okay? You have to learn 25 tables, 30 squares and 15 cubes perfectly. These must be on your fingertips so that you can do your calculations fast. Okay? So, start your preparation from today itself.
And do not forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for further updates.